Have you ever woken up with your knees feeling like rusted hinges? Or tried to open a jar and your fingers just didn't want to play along? It's easy to brush it off as just old age. But what if I told you that a big part of that pain and stiffness isn't just age, it's inflammation? And more importantly, you don't always need pills to manage it. You see, inflammation is like a tiny fire inside the joints. Sometimes it's helpful, like when you get a cut or a bump your body sends help to heal. But when that fire never quite goes out, when it simmers quietly in your knees, hips, hands, it starts causing trouble. Aching joints, stiffness, swelling, and a sense that your body's slowly working against you. That's what we're talking about today. If you're over 60 and you're dealing with joint pain, this video is for you. Not because we're going to sell you a miracle cure, because we won't, and not because we think you should feel bad for needing help, because we all do at some point. This is about real science-backed habits you can start today to calm inflammation naturally without relying on more pills. And don't worry, you won't need to become a yoga master or eat twigs and berries. These changes are simple, practical. Some of them are even enjoyable. And if you stick with me until the end, you might just walk away with a few ideas that help you move a little easier and smile a little more when you get out of bed in the morning. So if that sounds good, go ahead and tap that subscribe button. And don't forget to ring the bell so you won't miss any of the life-changing health and lifestyle tips we share each week. It means a lot to me and to our whole community that you're here. Every time you like, comment, or share, it helps us grow a circle of people just like you. People who want to live well, feel strong, and stay independent for as long as possible. And hey, if you have a question or a topic you want us to cover, let us know in the comments. We're listening. Now, let's get into what actually works. And we're starting with one that might surprise you. It's not a food, a stretch, or even a supplement. It's sleep, I know. Sleep seems like it has nothing to do with joints, right? But when you don't sleep well, your body doesn't get a chance to shut off that fire. Research shows that people who get less than 6 hours of quality sleep have more inflammatory markers in their blood. That means more stiffness, more swelling, and yes, more pain. It's like trying to fix a broken bridge, while cars are still driving over it all night long. So how do we make sleep a little easier? Start by setting a simple bedtime. Not one that you should follow, but one that works for your life. Maybe it's 10 p.m., maybe it's 11:30. The point is consistency. Let your body learn when it's time to rest. And about an hour before that bedtime, start winding down, dim the lights. Sip a little herbal tea, turn off bright screens, and give yourself permission to slow down. That little window of calm tells your brain it's safe to let go, and that's when healing starts. And here's something most people don't know. Certain foods you eat before bed can actually help. A handful of walnuts, a small banana, or a mug of warm tart cherry juice. These all have natural compounds that ease inflammation and gently nudge you into sleep. It's not magic, it's your body responding to signals that it's time to heal. Now, let's move into something you do when you're awake. Something simple, free, and incredibly powerful for calming sore joints without pills. It's walking. Not a power walk, not a sweaty hike. Just a slow, steady stroll around your block, across the living room, or even through the garden. Movement is one of the most effective ways to flush inflammation out of the joints. And yet, when we're hurting, it's the first thing we avoid. I get it, when your knees or hips are aching, the last thing you want to do is get up and move. But here's the thing, motion is lotion. That's what many physical therapists say, and they're right. Gentle movement gets your circulation going. It warms up the tissue around your joints. It keeps the fluid in your knees from thickening like cold honey. And when that happens, inflammation starts to ease. You don't need to break records. You don't need fancy gear. What you need is consistency. 10 minutes in the morning, 5 after lunch, another 10 after dinner. That's already more than most people. The trick is to make it part of your rhythm. Tie it to something you already do, like getting the mail, making your morning tea, or calling a friend. Walk while you chat. Walk while you wait. The body was made to move, and every step is a message to your joints. I haven't given up on you yet, and while we're talking about movement, let's touch on something else: your muscles. No, you don't need to lift weights like a bodybuilder. But a little strength training, even with soup cans or resistance bands, can do wonders. Why? Because when the muscles around your joints are stronger, those joints don't carry the whole load. It's like asking your knees to carry a heavy bag all day, or giving them a strong friend to help. Now, let's talk about your plate. Because what you eat every day can either add fuel to the fire or help put it out. And you might already know this deep down. Some meals leave you feeling puffy, stiff, or sluggish. Others, they leave you feeling lighter, looser, more alive. Let's start with something delicious and powerful. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Raspberries, these tiny fruits, are bursting with antioxidants that calm inflammation at the cellular level. They're like little firefighters, going from head to toe, helping your body recover. Just a handful a day can make a difference. Toss them into oatmeal, blend them into a smoothie, or eat them straight from the bowl. And then there's turmeric. This golden spice has been used for thousands of years, and modern science finally caught up. Turmeric contains curcumin, a compound proven to reduce inflammation, especially in joints. You can stir it into warm milk, sprinkle it over roasted veggies, or use it in soups. Just a pinch here and there adds up. And pairing it with a little black pepper that boosts its absorption so your body can actually use it. But it's not just about adding foods, it's also about watching out for the ones that stir the fire up. Sugary snacks, processed meats, and white bread often spike inflammation, even if they taste comforting. It's okay to treat yourself, but notice how your body responds afterward. Does that cinnamon bun bring joy, or does it bring stiffness? Learn your body's language. It whispers before it screams. And remember, change doesn't mean giving up everything you love. It means listening, adapting, and choosing what helps you feel good, not just in the moment, but tomorrow morning, too. Let's keep going, because there's one more source of inflammation that sneaks in quietly, hides in plain sight, and affects nearly every senior I've ever spoken to. And that's stress. It sounds strange at first. How could stress be connected to aching joints or stiff hands? But the truth is, when your mind is tense, your body listens. Your body produces chemicals that trigger inflammation, cortisol, adrenaline. These are helpful in emergencies, but when they stick around too long, they quietly wear you down. And what happens next? Your joints ache more. You feel more tired. You move less. You eat what's fast, not what's helpful. And the cycle continues. But here's the good news. You can break that cycle, not all at once, but with one calming breath, one slow exhale, one small act of peace each day. For some, it's as simple as sitting by the window with a cup of tea and listening to the birds. For others, it's gentle stretching, soft music, prayer, or journaling. Whatever helps your shoulders drop, your breath slow, and your thoughts untangle. That's your medicine, and it's just as important as anything you put on your plate or do with your body. You can even try a short breathing practice right now. Just pause for a moment. Inhale gently through your nose, hold it for a count of 3, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Do that 2 or 3 times, and notice how your body softens just a little. That's not nothing. That's healing happening in real time. Now let's talk about something you do every day without even thinking about it. Hydration. Staying hydrated is one of the most overlooked ways to reduce inflammation in joints. Our cartilage, the soft, cushiony tissue that protects our joints, is made up mostly of water. Movements become more painful, less smooth. Most seniors don't drink enough. And I get it. Maybe it's inconvenient. Maybe you're not thirsty. Maybe you're trying not to run to the bathroom so often. But even small improvements make a difference. Try sipping water throughout the day instead of all at once. Herbal teas count, too, especially anti-inflammatory ones like ginger or chamomile. And if you're taking medications that flush water out of your system, like diuretics, then it's even more important to be mindful about your fluid intake. Think of your joints as tiny waterbeds. Without enough hydration, they sag, stick, and squeak. With it, they glide again. Especially how you move and rest. Posture might seem like a small thing, but it plays a big role in joint health. When we slouch, especially while sitting, it puts extra pressure on our knees, hips, and lower back. Over time, this misalignment can lead to more inflammation. The fix isn't rigid military posture. It's gentle awareness. When you sit, let your feet rest flat on the floor, your shoulders relaxed, your spine lifted just enough to let your lungs breathe fully. Even setting a gentle reminder to shift your position every 30 minutes can relieve pressure and improve circulation. They're not just background habits, they're healing tools. They don't require a prescription. They don't come with side effects. But over time, they quietly change the story your joints are telling. And we're not done yet, because there's one final pillar of joint health that's often overlooked, and it may be the most powerful one yet: connection. It might surprise you to hear that human connection, yes, simply spending time with others can actually lower inflammation in the body. But science keeps pointing us in that direction. Studies have shown that loneliness and chronic isolation are linked to increased levels of inflammatory markers. And if you've ever noticed your pain feels worse when you're feeling low, or that laughter makes your body feel lighter, now you know why. You see, the body isn't just a collection of joints and bones. It's a living, breathing story, shaped by the people we love, the warmth we share, and the meaning we carry. When you smile, when someone holds your hand, when you laugh at an old memory, your nervous system settles, your immune system calms down, and inflammation eases its grip. Connection doesn't mean you need to host dinner parties or join every group in town. Sometimes it's a simple chat on the phone with someone who understands you, or a shared walk with a neighbor, or reading aloud to a grandchild. Even caring for a pet can help. Stroking a cat, walking a dog, or just having a little creature rely on you for love. These small moments, they're not small at all, but let's be honest, for many of us, especially after retirement or the loss of a partner, these connections don't come as naturally anymore, and that's okay. If this is you, consider one gentle step. Reach out to one person today, or visit a place where people gather, a local class, a community center, even the library. You don't have to talk much, just being around others can begin to shift something inside you. Now, let's tie all these threads together with something you may already know, but it deserves to be said clearly. Movement is medicine. We're not talking about high-impact workouts or long jogs. Those days may be behind you, and that's more than fine. What matters now is gentle, consistent, enjoyable movement. Things like Tai Chi, swimming, stretching, even gardening. They don't just keep your joints mobile, they reduce stiffness, boost circulation, and trigger anti-inflammatory responses throughout your body. Even 5 minutes of movement every hour can make a difference. Try this. The next time you get up to use the restroom, pause for just 30 seconds and roll your shoulders. Stretch your arms up, march in place. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be formal. It just has to be yours. And if you're someone who loves rhythm music, dancing, or even just swaying while you're brushing your teeth, lean into that. Movement tied to joy is the most sustainable of all. There's no finish line here, no perfect plan, no gold star for the person who stretches the farthest or drinks the most herbal tea. There's just today, this moment, and the chance to treat your body with a little more kindness than yesterday. See, if your knees are whispering or your fingers feel stiff, listen, not with fear, but with care, because now you know there are paths to relief that don't come in pill bottles. And we've got just a bit more to explore before we wrap up, because you deserve to feel strong, mobile, and vibrant in every season of life. You really do. Now, let's talk about something as old as civilization itself: heat and cold. These aren't fancy tricks or new discoveries. They're tools your grandmother probably used, and they still work wonders today. When inflammation flares, cold helps reduce swelling. When stiffness sets in, heat helps loosen it. Simple, isn't it? Imagine starting your morning with a warm compress wrapped gently around your knee, or easing into a warm bath with a touch of Epsom salt after a long walk. That heat penetrates your muscles, loosens tight joints, and encourages blood to flow to places that often feel forgotten. Or maybe your joints feel inflamed and angry then. A cold pack, even a bag of frozen peas wrapped in a towel, can soothe the ache in just a few minutes. Some folks even alternate between the two, called contrast therapy: warmth to relax, cold to calm. But it doesn't need to be complicated. Let your body guide you. If it feels better, it probably is better. And here's something that often gets overlooked: your mindset. Yes, the way you think and feel can affect inflammation. It's not just about staying positive or pretending pain doesn't exist. It's about reducing stress, the silent fuel behind chronic inflammation. When stress stays too long, your body gets stuck in a cycle of fight and tension. And that tension, it lands in your joints. Practicing calm doesn't have to mean sitting in lotus pose or chanting anything unless you want to. It can be as simple as deep breathing while you wait for the kettle to boil, sitting quietly by the window and watching the birds for a few minutes, or gently placing a hand on your chest and saying, "I'm okay right now. You are okay right now." Even journaling at the end of the day, letting your thoughts pour onto paper, can be a release, because what you hold in, your joints might hold too. Let it out, let it go. There's a deep intelligence inside your body, It's not working against you. It's fighting for balance, for healing, for ease. These gentle steps we've talked about, they help your body do what it's already trying to do. They give it a little boost, a little love, a little room to breathe, and you don't have to do them all at once. In fact, don't. Choose one. Start with the thing that feels most natural to you. Maybe it's more turmeric in your tea. Maybe it's dancing for 2 minutes a day. Maybe it's calling an old friend just to hear their voice. Whatever you choose, know this: you are not stuck. Your body is still changing, still responding, still capable of more comfort and freedom than you might believe. In just a moment, we'll bring it all together with a final thought. Something to carry with you even after this video ends. Because the truth is, your story isn't finished. Not even close. Think of everything your joints have carried: years of walking, lifting, hugging, holding, kneeling, reaching. They've moved you through love, loss, laughter, and labor. Of course they're tired, but they're also resilient. And they still want to move with you, not against you. Reducing joint inflammation without pills isn't about chasing perfection. It's about reclaiming ease, one small act at a time. A gentle walk after dinner, a mindful breath before reacting, a conscious choice to season your soup with something healing. Each of these decisions, tiny as they seem, is a vote for your comfort, a step toward less stiffness, a whisper to your body, "I hear you and I've got your back." And maybe you've tried so many things already and it all felt like too much or not enough. But just by watching this video, you've taken a powerful first step. You've reminded yourself that you're still learning, still trying, still hopeful. That's something no inflammation can take from you. And when you try any of these methods, whether it's adding more movement, changing up your diet, using heat or cold, managing stress, or anything else we've covered, I want you to know it's okay to take it slow. It's okay if some days feel harder than others. Progress doesn't look like a straight line. It looks like you doing your best, one sunrise at a time. So, let this be a gentle reminder. You are not powerless. Your joints are not your enemy. And your age is not a sentence. It's a badge of courage, of endurance, of wisdom that the world needs more of. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If anything in this video helped you or gave you hope, I'd be truly grateful if you clicked the like button. It helps more people like us find these messages. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. We talk about health, vitality, and living fully after 60 in ways that are uplifting, simple, and real. And if there's a topic you want us to talk about next, anything you're struggling with or curious about, leave a comment down below. This channel isn't just mine, it's ours. A community of wise elders who care, share, and continue to grow together. Here's to more movement, less pain, and a life that keeps surprising you in the best ways. You're still here, you're still strong, and you're absolutely worth every effort. Here's to living your best life at any age. I'll see you in the next video.